Welcome to the Cyber Espresso Podcast, your quick shot of cybersecurity insights with industry leaders. I welcome today's guest, Mark Kassis, CEO of Inogate. Mark is joining us from Dubai. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Murat. I'm very pleased to be here to express one topic that is very close to my heart, I would say, to my passion. I'm happy to also help BeamSec into exploring this format of the Cyber Espresso.
Well, I look forward to that. So, Mark, before we join, why don't you give a quick overview about yourself and Inogate?
Yes, of course. So Inogate is a consulting company that has been created 4 years ago, approximately, and we focus on enabling, I would say, tier two or scale-up companies in the cybersecurity, and recently we launched it also into the data analytics. So we help these companies to come and introduce their solution into the Middle East and Africa market. So we do it on consultative basis, and we are really a team of knowledgeable people with experience and a wide range of knowledge and skills.
Sounds exciting. So, in this podcast, what I would like to talk about this important topic of cyber risk management. In your opinion, how can organizations effectively quantify cyber risk, knowing that some involve intangible aspects like reputational damage and so on?
Actually, I would like to. It's a very large topic, and sometimes in the industry, it might be misunderstood or misused in our industry. So what I would like to do is to make an introduction by trying to just set up a basis of what companies are usually doing to combat the cyber threat and how they what they do in cybersecurity. So first, usually companies when they are mid-sized and not very mature in cybersecurity, they delegate it to the technology team, the IT team, and they ask the team to protect the company, to protect the asset, to protect everything, and say, please give us a plan. And usually, the plan means budget, and the budget means also how much do I need to spend in technology. And the misconception here is that by investing in technology, we are protected. That's absolutely not the case, as many people and yourself, you know. So investing in technology is not enough, or not for sure going to protect the company. So going from this principle, the second phase of the reflection is what should I do? How my investment is done. And this is where it becomes interesting to look at the aspect of cyber risk.
Okay. So, I believe a lot of executives face challenges when they try to prioritize cyber risk. Are there any frameworks or methodologies that you believe are particularly effective?
Actually, there are so many ideas and ways of doing, but the basics into going me as a CEO, and beside me, I have the CFO of the company. How do I budget for the
Mhm.
cybersecurity? So, what is the decision making mechanism that I need to put in place? So, when they push it to the technology team and to the IT team, they discover very quickly that this spending, as I said in the introduction, this spending is happening on technology, and there is an approximation that is happening into this investment. So when these management are pushing the team to think risk, like we are saying, it becomes a more structured way of doing. And what is needed in this case is to go and select the controls that the company business needs to follow. Either you have your own policies as a company, or you are in a market where it is regulated and you want to be compliant to this regulation. So examples are banking segment where they have central bank regulation. Some countries like Saudi Arabia are enforcing regulation for all companies, not only government like it was previously, but even private sector. Well, so you as a company, when you look at how are you going to study your risk, you look at the compliance first. So you start by complying to the rules or to the regulatory of your business. By doing this, you start by collecting the controls that you need to manage. Controls means that you are reducing your risk because you start implementing these controls and you reduce your risk. So what happened is that the team that are managing this cybersecurity start using, of course, Excel sheets and a lot of calculation to gather all these risks and put them into categories. So at the end of the day, there are three main category of what you are asking, the framework or the blueprint for cyber risk. The risk itself, what are the categories of these risks? The controls, what are the controls that I need to implement in the company to reduce this risk? And the treatment plan or action plan that I need to put in place and follow up on it to make sure that the controls are implemented and the risk is reduced. So all of this is giving to the company what we call the risk universe. And if I may jump to a conclusion or to a beginning of a conclusion, this risk universe is presented to the management and telling the management, look guys, these are our category of risk across the company. We can drill it down to every asset, to every organization and so on. But these are the major risks that we have. And this is where I need to invest to reduce this major risk one by one in different categories or in a top list. And this is where I need the money to go to. Should it be to invest into a new EDR, an update of a server or a hardware or software, or should it be a functional, like a process to be implemented, a new process to be implemented, or something like this? So it can be anything that will have the objective to reduce the list of risk.
Okay. So your example, building the blueprint of the controls for a bank. So how different it could be in the same jurisdiction, the country, that the blueprint from one bank to the other bank?
Actually, if I am very squared, I would say that there is no blueprint from one country to another country, no blueprint from one bank to another bank, or one telco to another telco. In reality, all is around the regulation. So which framework and standard your business needs to follow. You can invent it yourself. You can put it as an industry standard or industry best practice, but you need to put your basis first. And you say, what are the controls that I need to inherit somewhere? So that's one. So the controls are common to everybody. An example of a control, how to manage passwords, how to manage backups, how to manage all of this. So these controls are natural for all the industries, but it might vary from one use case to another. That's the difference. The risks are always the same. I'm always risking to be to have an intrusion. I'm always risking to have a ransomware. I'm always risking to have a data theft. So the risks are also, category of risk are always the same. And of course, the action plan are common to everybody. Please update this software, buy new software, add resources on this for this process, implement the process, write the process down, and apply it. So these are the treatment plan. So yes, these three are the bases that are common to all the industries. And at the end, what I wish to conclude on, if we want to conclude it, is a one step of maturity additional can be to evaluate all these risks and what we call the quantification of these risks. And there are a lot of methodology that can be subject to another discussion, a lot of methodology where you can evaluate the category of risk to your management and speak directly to the CFO by telling him, the value of my risk is that number of million, but if you give me just a small budget, I can reduce it to that number of millions. So we are in the age where people are really speaking very pragmatically in quantification and dollar value.
Very good. So the last one, a very quick one. With the rise of AI now, like everything in place, your risk qualification model in place. So how the businesses ensure that it remain accurate and relevant?
Actually, it's a very good question because I was expecting such kind of conclusion or discussion on AI or automatization, if we can
Correct.
it more simply. Actually, there are two ways today to do it. The traditional way is to use Excel sheets and PowerPoint and to make calculation, to put the calculator and keep calculating every day, if not every hour, on these risks. That's most of the case the job of the CISO. Or you try to simplify all these tools by using a platform. There are many platforms available on the market. You use a platform that centralizes all this information and allowing you to drill down all the details. But these platforms, in many cases, are starting to use AI to check patterns, to try to repeat and to regenerate action plans automatically and looking back. We are at just the beginning of this move, but in terms of automation and quantity of data that you can store, yes, having a platform is definitely something that would help to pave the way to the AI.
Very good. Very good. Mark, I appreciate your insight. Very great conversation. It was my pleasure seeing you in the podcast. Again, thanks for your valuable time and look forward to other conversations.
Thank you very much. I hope it enlightens the auditors and those who are watching us. And I'm very pleased to take it to another level if needed for another conversation.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much.